guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright, today I'm going to show you how to replace the front wheel bearings on a 96 Ford F150 pickup. Why I'm doing it, I have no idea. Now the customer just called us up. That's all they want us to do is replace the bearings, and that's what we're going to do. And actually what we're going to do, we're going to replace the bearings and the racers. Again, I have no idea why we're doing it. We just hired just to do this. Alright, so what we're going to do, because this has a separate beam, I-beam system, it's like two beams on each side for the suspension. We're going to do one at a time. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to chop it up start off on the driver's side. So we're going to jack this up, pull this tire off, and we get right to it. Looks like it's going to rain or something. I don't know. Be right back. Alright guys, the first thing we're going to do is remove this tire. We got 5 lugs, 13/16 or 21 millimeter. And being that is set down in there, I'm going to use my 21 millimeter half-inch drive or my half-inch, 1.5 inch drive extension. Alright. Now, once I take this off, I'll set this to the side. And you can hear the truck running over there. I don't know, guys, seems like something different to me. I don't know. But alright, you can see we got our hydraulic jack up under there, under the beam. And we got our jack stand. Now being that I'm on dirt, I've always told you guys, if you want dirt, you're going to use a jack stand, use some piece of wood as a good base. Alright? So, now we got to remove our caliper and get this thing off. What the heck? Alright. So we're going to let's turn this wheel all the way to the right so we can get to the 2 bolts in the back of the caliper. Be right back. Alright, here we go guys. Got our wheel turned all the way to the right, and what we want to do is remove the caliper. Now to remove the caliper, we got 2 13 millimeter bolts. 1 and 2. Let's go set you right here. And I got me a 13 millimeter shallow socket 3/8 drive with a 3/8 drive air ratchet. What I'm going to do here is just break it loose first. Go ahead, buzz them out. Okay, take our bolts out, make sure they're the same length. They are, so that's cool. We're done with that. Now let's see if this caliper picks up for us. There it is. Picked right up. There it is. Do not let the caliper hang by the brake hose. Keep up here now. So what you want to do is set it somewhere where it's not going to fall or anything. You'll set it out of the way like that. Or you can get a wire tie or a mechanic's wire and just tie it up against there to the spring. Alright, the next thing we're going to do, the outboard, we can leave the inboard alone. We're going to take the outboard, pop that out, just like that. Brakes look really good. And now we're going to go to the other side. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a mechanic's wire. I'm going to tie this up, and we're going to turn this wheel straight so we can see exactly what's going on. All right, right back. Okay, couldn't find my mechanic's wire, but got some regular wire. It don't matter as long as I can put some up here, tie this up and hold this into place. I'm good to go. Even if you have to use a coat hanger, use a coat hanger. This ain't a nice little knot. Hey, here we go. So that ain't going nowhere. Now where the key at? Key. Dang. All right, let me turn this wheel. looking good, looking good. All right, the next thing we're gonna do. Now we gotta remove the dust cover right here. Get you a good look at this. All right, we're gonna move this dust cover. Now you can see this little got indentations in it. This is where a lot of people, they take the pliers and grab it and wiggle it out like this. You take some pair of pliers, I hope these hold it, and you can just take it and grab it, shake that and pull it out. Or if you don't want to do that, take a screwdriver and you hit the screwdriver right on the lip, and then once you get it opened up, just keep going around, twisting the screwdriver. And this is the best way, that way you don't damage the cap. You're looking good. Let's take that cap off and put it to the side. The next thing we got, put my thing away. The next thing we got is supposed to be a cotter pin in here. There it is. It's kind of greasy. You know, let me get a rag and wipe this up so you can see this better. Be right back. All right, here we go. Got a little rag so I can wipe this off so you can see this cotter pin. There it is. Now what you're gonna do here is take your pair of wire cutters and you're gonna just bend that cotter pin out just like that. And even if it opens up that much, now what you're gonna do is take your cotter pin, grab it like that, and you're gonna lose the cotter pin, use the spindle as leverage. So grab it a little bit, pick it up. Keep going like that. Take that cotter pin right out of there. Now you got this little retainer that keeps this nut from turning. Got a lot of grooves in it, it's like a castle nut, like a castle washer. Put that to the side. We're looking good here. The next thing we got is a nut right there. Now that nut should be loose already, so you should be able to just take your pliers, spin it just like that. Take the nut off, put that to the side. Now the next thing you want to do, you need to back this up a little bit. Alright, now there's a little bearing inside there. That's the outer bearing. What you want to do is take your hand, you hit your hand up here, pop that bearing right out. A little trick. Alright? Put that to the side. That's one bearing out. Now, what you want to do, there's an inner bearing. Take your nut, put the nut back up there by a couple threads. Wipe my hands off here. And you want to take the rotor, and you want to take the rotor off. You want to make sure the rotor stays down towards the spindle, so it's going to take that inner bearing and the seal out. Sometimes it won't take out the seal, but it does take out the bearing. So you look like this. Done. Out. That's like a brand new seal up there too. Alright, then take our nut back off. Put all that to the side. We are looking good. We are looking good. We are looking good. Alright, now let's take off our gloves. Now the next thing we're going to do, guys, is take out the racers. Let me show you one up here. Alright, here's a new bearing. This is the inner and this is the outer. The outer on this one is smaller. Open this up. We got a new bearing, and this is the racer. This is the part that the racer sets in and spins. And you want to make sure you change that, because if this thing's scarred up, it will mess up your new bearing. So why take a chance? Very easy to change. Alright, now here's our rotor. I don't know what the heck that is, so I'm not worried about it. Here's your racer in here, and you can tell, look how dark that is, man. That looked like it was burning or something. And then there's one down, turn it over, and there's the other one right there. Now, if you look down in there, you'll see a little lip right there. That's the bearing. Matter of fact, let me get this right here. Let me see if I can get a little light so you can see down there. Oh, light, man. Dang it. You know what? I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Let me put the light down there. And you can see where our screwdriver is right on top of the racer. Alright, so having doing that, what I'm going to do here now is take me a chisel, or you can use a punch, which would be better. And you want to set that punch right on that lip. There we go. And once you set that punch on that lip, set it down right about there. Put your roller down on a nice flat surface. Set it up on that lip. And then you're going to take a hammer and you're going to start tapping it down. And this little punch sucks because it's not really flat. See, to use the end of a chisel. Just keep on working that thing down. Let's use another chisel. I'm using a flatter chisel now. It'd be nice if you can use a nice long chisel so that thing won't hit up your fingers and all like this thing is doing. And you'll know when it comes out. This thing hurts, man. Dang it, that sucks. This thing sucks. Let me go get me another chisel. Be right back. All right, got me a longer chisel here. It's much better. Okay, that's one racer. You can tell that thing was getting hot. That was burning. Okay, then I'm gonna turn it over, and I'm gonna go down there. Let's see here. Get my hands clean over here. All right. Now our second one. I'm gonna put this chisel on it. Right there. I'm gonna be going on that lip right there. All right. Get my boy, these things don't come out too easy, don't tell you that much. What the heck, man? Gotta twist it from side to side and side to side. Man, if I get me a thinner screwdriver and a thinner ratchet. That's better. As you can see, guys, this is not all that easy. Here it comes. Dang it, man. Give me something to go on right here, man. I want this thing to be quick. No time for this mess right here. It's too slow. You can see I'm still going back and forth, trying to find the right way to get up. Paint on from the chisel. Walking this thing down slowly, man. This thing bothering the mess out of me. Get an air chisel and get this thing out here. I'll be all right. You know what? I'm gonna chisel cut the little ends off, make that a little bit more narrower. Be right back. All right, took my chisel. Look what I did to that mess. Give me a nice little point in there, so I can get in there, and really get some. Boy, see what happens when you get the right tools? Dang it. Go. It's out. All right. So first of all, we're going to do is go over here, turn it upside down. Let's get our new racer for the outer bearing. All right, and make sure that it's concave going in like that. All right, you want to set it down. Make sure it's nice and even. If you want, take your old bearing, your old race, set it on the edge, just to tap that thing in and make sure it's going in nice and easy, nice and straight. Great. Now they do have race bearing and race installers. We're going to sit here and knock that thing down. Get my little flat punch now. On the outside. And notice I'm trying to stay on the outside. I do not want to hit going down there and mess up the inside of that race. And how far you want to go down, just put your finger in there and you'll feel the lip. When it reaches the bottom, you'll feel exactly where to stop. That is looking really good. That is looking real good right there, guys. Alright, let me feel up under here. That's it. No more space between there. We're going to turn it over. Now we're going to get our other one in there. Get our bearing. Open it up. Take our race, and you know, while I'm over here, I want to show you this. Now, as I put that in there, look right there, right? This lip right here. So I know we're going to go down till it touches that right there. And that's when it's going to bottom out. Alright? Pick this up. I think I gotta change the battery in this camera. Alright, let me change the battery and I'll be right back. Alright, change the battery. And let's get this side. Now guys, there is a tool for this. Just like I said, you can get a bearing, a race installer that will put that in there. But I know a lot of you guys don't have that. Heck, I don't even have it. How many times you gonna change the race in it? Alright, let's get some new pair of gloves on here. Only thing to do when you get that in there, you just be very careful not to let that punch or whatever you're using go inside. You want to make sure it does not go inside there. Alright, now we're going to install the other one. Let's set that in place. Going to tap that around, get that started. There we go. And let's try to use our old bearing little trick right here and put that up there. Or I can use a socket. You know that? I can use a socket and get that on instead of sitting here messing with that. What if I use a socket big enough to cover that up? What kind of socket you got that's that big, Astral? Let me show you. Be right back. Alright, here we go. Pittsburgh. 45mm China. Alright. It's a 3/4 inch drive socket. And get my 7 to 8 inch extension. Yeah. And that's what this does. It fits right on the outside, which is great. So I'm gonna set that in there. And yeah, make sure that thing is going even. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We are going down. I got a little bit over here. It's kind of going crooked, so I got to make sure. Where my little punch at? Where's my punch? Dang it. There it is. Alright, I got to get over here a little bit. No, let me use this end. There we go. But we still got a long way to go. So now what I'm gonna do, set my little other racer in there, because I need to get that down. And yeah, start walking that thing right down there, because I know that old racer will fit right down in there. Figures. Needed too much. Now it's coming. Now it's racer getting down in there. So now I gotta knock that old racer back out of there. Where my funny looking? Oh, there it is. There, I got it. Give me this one. Dang it! Now I gotta rock that racer down. There we go. All right, let's turn back over. It looks like it's down there. I want to make sure it's down there. You know what? Heck with it. Let's use it. We could just knock that right back out of there, right? Heck yeah. Alright, there it is. It's down there. Just to be sure, because I don't care about this one. Being I don't care about this right here. Use this, hit this around. Great. Now, let's turn this back over. Get our chisel. Knock the old one back out. Perfect. Look at that. That is perfectly executed. Now, we're ready to put our inner bearing and our seal in there. But before we do that, what we're going to have to do is put some grease on these bearings. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, we're ready to put our bearings in there. Now, the first thing we're going to do, get us a can of carburetor brake cleaner. What we're going to do is spray that race. Spray that race. Alright, that's going to dry up. This stuff dries quick. Now, two ways of doing this. One, you can get you a bearing packer, a little round tube. You put the bearing in there and squeeze it for like $25. I know a lot of you guys do not have that, so we're going to do it a little trick. I'm going to show you a little trick that I learned how to do this. Now, first we want to do, make sure you get you some wheel bearing grease. Customer got some Napa wheel bearing and chassis grease. Open that up. Nice. Yeah. Check that out. Now, what you want to do, it's going to be cool. Take it, put it in your hand like that. Just like that, right? This is going to be cool, guys. You're going to like this. Now, we're doing the inner bearing, so that's the bigger one. Now, the object is to get the grease. Dang it. Hold on. Oh, what the heck, man? Okay. The object is to get the grease between there. That's what the gun does, or the tool. It pushes all the grease in there so it can make sure it'll be in the bearings. So being that you don't have it, you hold the bearing just like this. And what you do, you just go like that, and you keep going around. And what you're doing is pushing the grease right through there. You can see the grease is going in there. Matter of fact, let me put a little bit more. You see the grease going in there? You see in between there? See that? That's all you have to do. It will be elbow grease if you don't have the tool to do it. And that's all you have to do is just go around and get that grease squeezed right in there. And you can see it coming out of there. Alright? So I'm going to do this one with you. You see, make sure that grease is coming out of there. You keep on going. And work your way around to the whole bearing. There it is. Then you take it, run a smooth layer around the outside, set it downward. So you see how the bearing is like that? You're going to set it down like that. Set it in there. And if you want, check this out guys, if you want, take a little bit of grease, put it in on the race. Definitely don't have to be stingy with it. Set the bearing down in there. Put a little bit more grease. Look at that. That is good. That is great right here. Now we got our gloves. What you're going to do is take off our gloves now. And now, we got a little seal right here. This is called a grease seal. That keeps the grease from coming out onto the rotor. And you want to set it down just like this. Just like that. You want to take your hammer. Done. That is done. Now, the next thing we're going to do, here's our spindle. We're going to take our rag and we're going to wipe off all the old grease. We don't need that up there. Put some gloves on. And you see this part right back here. This part right back here is where the seal sets on. So we ain't gotta go back there. We're just gonna put some grease on the spindle. Just a little bit. That's, I don't know. All right. Gonna spray a little down to our rotor. Take some brake clean. Spray that up. That's gonna dry up. Pick it up, and we're gonna put it on to the spindle. All right. Take some grease. I'll back it up a little bit. Put some grease on this outer racer. Push it back on. And now we're gonna grease up the outer bearing. All right. So let's grease up that outer bearing, and when we come back, we're gonna start putting this back together. Be right back. All right. Here we go, guys. I just greased it up. You can see the grease coming right out of through all of them. All right, put some grease around the outside. Give me a nice little layer around there. And put some more around there. Grease is your friend when it comes to this, man. You know how fast, how many times this thing's spinning around. So you got to make sure. Okay, now let's get that wheel on there like that. Push it on. Look at that, that's good, looking great. Take this, the rest of this grease and put it inside the cap. Then, we're gonna take the nut. You know what, guys? Wait a minute. Something's wrong here. Wait a minute. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is supposed to be a washer. No, nothing came off. There should be a washer on this first, then the nut. Oh man, why do I get myself involved with this mess? This sucks. This sucks. This really sucks. There is no washer on this thing. This nut is not supposed to go up against that bearing. Not at all. Let's see something here. You know, why are we called to do jobs like this? Because that's tight right there. Alright, so if I put that on and take this, guys, there should be a washer up there. I know it should. I know it. I feel it. Dang it. Alright, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to leave this side alone. And what we're going to do, we're going to actually put the caliper back on over here. And we're going to leave this side off and go look at that other side and take it apart and verify this. Bear back. Alright. Man, when people call us and ask us for things. We got this wheel turned all the way to the right again. Let's unhook our caliper. Okay. Set our brake pad back in here. Okay. Let's set this back on. You know what? Heck with this. I am going to set this in here first. Since that's where I took it off. Just ain't gonna be nice. Just want to give me a hard time, but that's alright. I ain't trying to hear it. There we go. Alright. Let's get our two 13mm bolts. Let's tighten this up. 13mm shallow socket. Alright, I'm going to leave this apart. I need to go take apart that other side and see if that washer is there. Alright, meet you on the other side. Alright, here we are on the other side. Get this wheel off of here and see what the heck is going on. Wow, look at this, all this grease out of here. Alright. I am so tired of dealing with some backyard stuff, man. Get our screwdriver here. Open that up. Oops, turned it too much. Okay. Let's get our cotter pin out of there. Boy, this stuff is messy. Let's get our little castle washer out of there. There it is. Get our nut off of there. Okay. Look at that. There's the washer I was telling you about. And that washer is not on the other side. Son of a bum. Alright guys, this is what we're going to do. Let's go to the other side. We're gonna put this washer on the other side, because that side is good and done. We don't mess that up. And we'll see what the customer gonna do. You gotta get one. Can't do nothing. You gotta get one. All right. Let's take these gloves off. Go through some gloves. Dang it. All right. Right back. All right, guys. We're back on the driver's side. You know, this is what guys, this is what we deal with. I don't know what the heck is wrong with mechanics sometimes, man. Alright, so let's take our little castle washer off, the retainer. Then let's take back off the nut. Dang it. Okay, gonna take off the nut. Then the washer we got from the other side, it fits right up there just like that, like a thrust washer. Then we put the nut back on. This is not super tight. It just goes in there until it stops. A little bit more. That's it. That's all you need to do. And on here, you see there's a hole right there. That little hole is where your cotter pin goes in. So when you put that, where that thing is, you need to put this little castle nut right here. You want to put that on, and you want to keep turning it and make sure that that hole is going to line up with one of those slots. Once they do, you're good to go. You go there, put your cotter pin back in. Alright. Get your wire cutters, and you're going to bend them out just like that. And put our dust cover back on. And you want to put it on. You want to just take a little hammer or something and just knock that on. Dang, it's starting to rain out here. It sucks. Alright, so where's my hammer at? Once you get it up there, then I'll take my little chisel and go around it. And make sure that's nice and in there so that grease stays in there. Alright, we're done. Let the customer know. So before we do that other side, we can get this thing. So let's get this tie on and go back to the other side. We'll be right back. Alright guys. Got in touch with the customer. The customer's on his way down to AutoZone to pick up, they call it an axle nut washer. Alright, in the meantime, it's starting to rain out here, man. Dang it. Oh, man. So let's get this back off over here. Let's turn the wheel, get this caliper off, and get this thing out of here. But right now, we are working against time. Be right back. Alright, 13 millimeter. Let's get our caliper off. Okay, get this off. Come on, get off here. Put it to the side. Take off our outboard pad. Now, let's switch around to this way real quick. Get that inside bearing out of there. Outer bearing. Put it back up there. Put the nut on it just a little bit. What the heck? Oh my goodness, guys. Where's the bearing? Oh my goodness, man. This thing is... Oh, man. Wow. Oh, man. I don't know if I can get that off of there. This is turning into a nightmare. Dang it. Let's see if I can, let's see if that racer, part of that bearing, yeah, there it is. It's coming off. Good, good, very good. Alright. Now what we're going to do, we're going to pop that racer out of there. We got to get all that bearing, rest of that bearing, out of there. Get us a little rag here. Let's see how this spindle looks. Do we still got the seal still in there? Yeah. Part of that seal still in there. This is a mess. This is a mess. But I hope it didn't mess up that spindle, and don't look like it messed up the spindle, which is good. Get all that stuff off of there. Let me see here. Yeah, give this customer a call. He's on his way picking up that. Forget that. He's gonna need a rotor. Check this out. Look at this thing. People call us to do bearings, and this is, yeah, that's what you need. We'll throw some bearings up there. Oh man, wait a minute. Look at this. That's messed up. He's gonna need a spindle. This spindle is no good. How's that spindle held in? I don't know. Don't get the whole spindle out. Looks like it separates right there. I don't know. See something big back there. That's messed up. All right, we'll be right back. All right, get on the phone with the customer again. You know, this is. Oh, man. You know, I hate when people call us. Yeah, could you just come and change the wheel bearings? Yeah, sure, no problem. Look at this mess. I'm gonna tell him. You want? I'll put it back together, but that grease is gonna come right out of there. Oh, so this rotor's messed up. You know, it's starting to rain out here. I'm gonna start cleaning up my tools and all. We're gonna see how he want to play this when he comes back, and I'll definitely let you guys know what he said. Look right there. That's been actually, like it's been actually grinding into it, man. Look how that is compared to up there. All right, I'm gonna start cleaning up this mess. We're gonna see what he says when he calls us back. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Customer just dropped off the new rotor with the auto zone and got me that axle washer that I needed. Good to go. Let's take this out of this bag, and what we're gonna do is let's take this out. In fact, let's just set this to the side right now. We don't even need this. Let's get ready to put some grease in our new bearings. All right, be right back. All right, let's get greasy here. First thing we're gonna do, let's get us some grease. Put inside that on that racer. Take our new inner bearing, and that's the bigger one. Put some grease on our hand right here. We're gonna go around. Show you how I'm doing this. Pack that bearing. Now, a bearing packer is a lot quicker, but this is so in case you don't have one. You can see it's not that bad at all. Just go around it. And keep on going till you see the grease come out through the middle. And that's it, man. Twist it, Put a nice layer on the outside. Set it in there. And that's done. You can take the rest of the grease, put it in there if you want. Alright, then we're going to take the seal, the new seal. Set the seal down just like that. Let's go get our hammer. Knock that in. Right back. Okay? Get our hammer. Done. Next thing we're going to do, here's our spindle right there. And I just spoke to the customer. I told him he's going to get a new spindle. Get one from the junkyard because we can't find one nowhere new. What we'll do, take my brake cleaner. Look how messed up that is. See all that, guys? See all that, guys? We got to get that out of there. We got to clean this up. Get all that metal stuff out of there. Don't, this job will come back to haunt you. Wow. Look at that. Look at that spindle. This rag ain't no good no more. There we go. That looks good. Alright, let's go get us a clean rag and wipe that off, have it dried off, because it looks like it wants to rain again. And get this new rotor up there. Be right back. Alright guys, here we go. Give us a nice clean rag. Wipe it up around there. Get us some grease. Whatever you do, don't be stingy with this grease. Okay? Take our rotor, stick some grease on the inside of it. Okay, let's slowly set this on. Push that back. Make sure our grease stays in there. Okay, great. Now, take our outer bearing. Again, the new rotor comes with new races, so we ain't got to worry about the races. Alright. This is one messy job. Alright. Let's get us some grease. Put it on our hand. Go over there, lap that grease in there. Yeah. Just keep on going around. See, I do this after a while, man. You get to be a pro at this mess. Look at that. See that? See that grease coming through there? Just like that, quick. That's all it takes. It saves you some money. You ain't gotta go out there and get the tool for it. Especially if you don't plan on doing this a lot. Alright, we got that. Stick our bearing in there. There we go. Man, we got a lot of grease in there. Let's take some of that grease out so we can see what's up in there. Alright. Put this in the bucket. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is our new washer. Brush washer. I know you like, dang it, man, that's dirty. I'm going to grab this thing. There we go. Okay. Slide it on. Guys, that looked good. That looks real good. Alright. You know what? This is too messy. Let's get these gloves off. And get some more gloves over here. And these are not the latex gloves, these are the vinyl gloves. I like these because I did a review on them and they hold up really well, especially in gasoline too. So you gotta check that out. Alright, now the next thing we're gonna do, got the nut. We're gonna make sure none of the metal particles is on it. Get the nut. Bring that on. Get some pliers here. And so you're going to keep on going till it stops. Just like that. Then a little bit more. Nice and spinning. That's great. The next thing you're going to do, wipe that off. Get a little castle washer here. This is a little retainer. You want to make sure you wipe it out. Make sure there's none of the rest of that, any metal from the old bearing and all. And again, what you're going to do is have these, make sure these grooves line up with the slot on the hole right there. And make sure you can see that. Okay, that little hole right on top. So we turn it. And it looks like it's lined up. Maybe, you know what? We're going to turn this, tighten this a little tiny bit more. There we go. Lined up perfectly. Now we find our cotter pin. And let's see, straighten this up a little bit. And get our cotter pin down in there. Just like that. Bend our tabs up. And you can use your wire cutters to do this. It'll be a lot easier. Just like that. Wipe it off. Boy, a lot of grease in here. We're going to take our dust cap and wipe all that off. Now, because this had a bearing messed up in it, we're going to take all this grease out of here and put some new grease in there. This is actually just a dust cap. We're going to put a little grease in there anyway. Alright, so let's clean that up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. Let's go back over here. Zoom in here. Alright. Took some of that grease out, a lot of that grease out. Let's clean up the outside of this cup. What I'm gonna do is stick some grease in there. Just a little bit, ain't gotta put a lot. Okay. Put it back up there. Let's get our hammer and tap that on a little bit. Dang it, then it's gonna got it on that crooked. Dang it, man, what the heck is it? There we go. There we go. Nice. Wipe that grease up. Let's Shake it, and I can't. Nice spinning, great, great, looking good. All right, switch back over this side. Brake pad is in there. You know what? We're gonna do something here, guys. I want to make sure everything is good. We're gonna do the 007, and I'm gonna take the other side apart, and I'm gonna do that too. The 007 is, you see these now, the brake pads. Let me put this grease out of the way so you can see this better. Let's get over here. Now, you want to make sure your brake pads slide nice and easy up there. If it don't, it can cause these rotors to overheat. It can cause them bearings to go. It can cause a lot. So what we need to do is put a little grease on these contacts right here. So I'm gonna do is pop this brake pad out. Then we're gonna get me a wire brush. Be right back. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start off with the bottom one. Now, let's zoom down here. Now, what you're gonna do is take a wire brush or a napkin or something, and you want to clean that. Slide her up as much as you can. Yeah, see that? It's nice and neat. Now, we're gonna put a little bit of lubricant up there so the brake pad can slide a little bit. Now, usually I'll use it on my finger, get my finger all dirty, but Mechanic 007 said, why don't you use a Q-tip? So I got me some Q-tips. And what I do, give me some lubricant, put it on the tip of the Q-tip, and you got more control of it now. Look at that. See that? Like you're Picasso. You're gonna put that up there, and do not get none on the rotor. Alright, there we go. That'll make sure that it slides better. Now we go up to the top one and do the same thing. Get a Q-tip. Running out of stuff here. What the heck? There we go. All right. Now, since we got that, now we can go ahead. Take our inner pad, slide it into place. Perfect. Take our outer pad, slide that into place. Perfect. Bring our caliper down. Make sure our sliders, both of them move. You want to carefully slide that into place. Great. Get our two 13mm bolts. You might have to wiggle the caliper around to get to it, get them in there. There you go. Alright. Get my tools and all. We're going to tighten that up. We're going to put this wheel back on. Right back. Alright. Definitely starting to rain out here now. Alright. Let's get those tightened up. 13mm. Shallow socket. That is done. That is done. Alright guys, I'm gonna put this tie back on we should be done. Be right back. All right, guys, when you go to tighten up these tires, you want to tighten them up. You don't want to start going in around the circle, either counterclockwise or clockwise. You want to offset it, so in that way the rim gets tightened down evenly. That's what I mean. First, I'm gonna bring one in just a little bit, just to set it. Now I'm gonna start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at that, look at that. Look at that play in that thing. Let me check that out. Let me check that out. Let me straighten this wheel out. We're gonna check that out together. Be right back. All right, let's straighten this wheel out. Let's try this again. And what I wanna do here, move my cardboard over. And I wanna see if I can see inside, because we gotta see a rod, the center link right in there. Let's see if that moves. Oh, check this out, check this out, check this out. All right. They call us wheel bearings. Side to side, it ain't that bad. But up and down. So, how we gonna do this, I don't know. Let's see if we can look up under here and see what it is. Set you down right there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Huh. Huh. Ball joint sucks. Let me see if you think you can. This camera turned all the way to the side. All right, check out that upper ball joint right there. I need another. Okay, how can we see this now? Let's see if I can move this now. Yeah, you saw that. Right, now you're gonna look at right there. That's the upper ball joint. Let's see if we can get this to move again. See that? That sucks. All right, so he's gonna need an upper, and if I take it apart, I might well do the lower too. Upper and lower ball joint on this side. We got a bad tie rod on the other side. This thing needs a lot of work. Is it possible that the upper ball joint can cause these wheel bearings to do that? He said he did this exact job last year. It's possible. From all that shaking on, anything's possible. So I'm gonna definitely let him know. Dang it. All right, let's set this car down. We'll be right back. All right, guys and girls, there you have it. 96 Ford F150. How to replace the front wheel bearings. Looks like it came out to be way more than the wheel bearings. Customer also needs a left outer tie rod, these upper and lower ball joints on the right side, and probably need ball joints everywhere. It was a little bit of a nightmare. And we had to change a washer because somebody didn't put the washer back like they were supposed to. Any kind of questions or comments, be sure to put them in the comment section below, or you can email me directly, so a little cat, to tim@astrolaurorepairs.com. Guys and girls, Timmy from Astro Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, no, I'm pointing to you like we. If we can't repair it, nobody can. Take it easy.